Hey, it's Mark Lanier with your video thought for the day. I know what you're saying. You're saying, what's Mark doing in front of that? Well, we are in Hanukkah. So Sunday night at sundown, Hanukkah started. And one of the features of Hanukkah is a menorah. Menorah is just the Hebrew word for a lampstand or even a lamp. And so I have here a menorah. Now you'll see there are 8 candles to the menorah plus a 9th that's kind of set off to itself. And as is often the case, a little bit elevated over the others, though it doesn't have to be. The original lampstand in the temple would have had 7 branches, and instead of having candles in it back in the day of Jesus, that would have had little cups that would hold lamps, and even before Jesus, cups that hold lamps. And you pour oil in the cup, have a wick, and voila. This is a celebration of the rededication of the temple. And all of this has great meaning. And I can't, in one video thought for the day, unpack the whole tradition and significance of Hanukkah. But what I do want to talk about is, while Hanukkah will light a candle a day during the 8 days of Hanukkah, it does so with the 9th candle that has already been lit. Now, this 9th candle is the one I want to talk about today. It's called the Shamash. Shamash is not to be confused with Shemesh, which is the Hebrew word for sun, or even Shamesh, which is the Hebrew word for sunrise, but Shamash. Shamash is the word for an attendant or an assistant, or even to some degree a servant, though typically you'd use Eved for that instead. But we have here, and the reason this is called Shamash, the attendant, the assistant, is because this is the candle that's used to light all the other candles. The other candles are the 8 days of Hanukkah, celebrating the 8 days that the oil did not run out in the original temple, in the rededication of that temple. I say original, it would be a rebuilt temple. But regardless, this is used as the servant, the attendant, the aid to light the other candles. So I can take the Shamash and use it to light, hopefully. All of a sudden you're going to say, yeah, you can tell he's Goy. That guy's not Jewish. I'm not very good at lighting it. But now we've lit one of the candles using the servant. And I really like this servant. I like this attendant. I like this Shamash candle because we are all called to be a Shamash. Even within Christianity, we understand this is the highest calling. In Mark chapter 10, Jesus says that the Son of Man came, and that was a term he used for himself often. The Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve. This is the Son of Man. Jesus didn't come so that people could do for him. He came to do for others. And the Shamash candle is a wonderful candle that teaches both Jew and Gentile alike the value, the irreplaceable value in being a servant, in helping others do what they've been called to do. So as you're thinking and getting ready for both Hanukkah, or in the middle of Hanukkah, or thinking about getting ready for Christmas, I want you to be thinking about how you can better serve other people. You'll find it'll get you out of yourself. You'll find you'll be less self-centered. You'll find yourself more aligned with God's purposes and more aligned with the character of God himself. And that's a tremendous, tremendous way to be, especially during a season where we focus on the provision of God for his people. So that's your video thought for the day. It's your Hanukkah candle for the day. And actually, I should be lighting a second one because we're in like the second day of Hanukkah. So sorry about that. We'll get back into this a little bit later, but this is your video thought for today.